and welcome back to another episode of FoxyNoTail's Minecraft Adventures here inside of my survival world. And look, I'm back in the old texture pack again. Boo! Boo! I forgot about that. I need to fix it. Hang on 1 second. There we go, that's better. Oh no. Oh no, my Christmas sheep have gone all wrong. Oh dear. Oh dear. The mobs are not quite right with this, are they? And the bebs as well. There's been a few updates, obviously, because these textures were designed for the Java version of the game and we're playing on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, so they don't really work too well. Like our sheep, our red sheep look like little Santa sheep, and white sheep don't have any wool whatsoever. And mobs are missing lots of bits as well. So, oh, there's a skeleton horse down there. Don't mind if I do. I think I'll go and get my lead. Oh, and there's a box here with lots of end rods in it that someone's dropped off for me, but nobody told me who it was, so I don't know who did that. And I don't think you need to tame skeleton horses either, do you? You could just ride them, can't you? Let's try that before we put a lead on it. Let's just see if we can actually ride. Uh-oh, it was a trap! It's a trap! No, it's a good job I put my armor on, isn't it? All right, let's pick these guys off and then we can have 4 skeleton horses. Excellent work, FoxyNoTail. You're an expert at this game. Oh my goodness me. Oh, it was a trap all along. Do you know what? That's the first time I've ever had a skeleton horse trap in the Bedrock Edition of Minecraft. I've had it in Java before, but never in the Bedrock Edition. Right, let's see. I only brought 1 lead. That was silly, wasn't it? I never even considered it was a trap. Let's see if we can ride them first of all. We can. That's good. That means we don't need leads. Excellent. Right, let's get these horses somewhere safe. What are you doing? Stop it. No. Oh, I forgot they're not very good at turning, are they? These things. They need boat polish. That's what they need. They need some boat polish to fix the horses. Can we get in here? Can we get in? There we go. Right, that's 1. Oh no. Ha! I'm stuck. Help! Help! Help, skeleton horse friend! I'm stuck in the ceiling. That wasn't very good, was it? Right, okay, that's 1. Come on, horses. Follow me. Do. Gonna go up these stairs together. Oh dear. I've left 1 behind. Man down. Stop it. Oh my. Oh, OMG. OMG. Oh no. I might have to get rid of this little house, this little horse stable, and move it somewhere else. In fact, let's put these skeleton horses in this one over here, because whatever was in here has disappeared. And I'm going to destroy this stupid little horse stable because it's in my way of my stairs. Now, normal horsey, you're allowed to wander off. You could disappear. I don't want you anymore. I've got... Hey! No sneaking out. How did he get through a single white... Oh, why can horses go through single white gates? That's no good. Come here. Come on. Back in there, please. That's it. That's it. There we go. We now have 4 skeleton horses in there. Excellent. And 1 loose horse. Right, let's get rid of this thing then. Let's just tear it down. Oh, but FoxyNoTail, you spent ages building it. I don't care. Get rid of it. It's annoying. It's in the way. It means I can't get horses up and down my stairs very well. It was bad planning, bad design. Let's just get rid of it. Right, I might have to do a little bit more lighting, but that looks a lot better, I think. We're missing a little bit of long grass as well, which we could do with some bone meal later. I've moved the chest over here so that all of their stuff is still in there. We've got those. Now, they probably are going to disappear at some point because I think there are chunk boundaries. I think that's what the problem is. So I'm going to try and get them downstairs at some point, all within one of my chunks in my underground area, and see if they still disappear. I know what else this is missing as well, I've just realised. There's a couple of little trapdoors, and yeah, in the bone meal. But there's something I wanted to show you. And it is, some people, I don't know how many people will be interested in this, but some people have asked, can I do a demo of how I organise my shulker boxes? Well, I will at some point, but before I do that, I'm just going to show you that I've completely sorted out my wood collection. So I had 1 shulker box full of wood before and 1 chest with wood in before, and now I've been shopping. I spent nearly all of my, well, not nearly all of my diamonds. I spent a lot of my diamonds. I had a stack of diamonds there, so I spent a quarter of a stack of diamonds on getting all of this wood. So I got tons and tons of wood of all the different types, and then I've got loads of bark in this one, and the stairs and the slabs there, and in this bottom one, things of all the different wood types that you can make. And then this is sort of like an overflow of made up things. And then I've got these 3 shulker boxes, so this has got things you can make out of wood in it. This one's got wood bark in it, and this one's got all the planks and things like that in. So it's much better organisation of all my wood. So now it doesn't matter where I go, I've got those in my shulker box, which means I can basically do building out of any type of wood that I want. And because I've got the blocks of wood, or the wood bark blocks, that means that I can, go around placing lots of wood. Right, anyway, There we go. We'll slap a little bit of bone meal there, get rid of the flowers, a little bit there, and get rid of some of the grass because we don't want too much of it. Don't want it to look like it's overgrown. We just want a little bit of life there. That's it. And then we'll just pop a couple of these down just for decoration, really. I know they don't go anywhere. I just think it makes it look a little bit more interesting, the garden, when it's got those in there. So that's that job done. Right, let's put these away in the right place before I forget. And then I've got one more thing to show you that I've been doing outside of the videos. I've done all of this organising my shulker boxes. So let's go downstairs, and you'll immediately notice my way downstairs has gone. Oh dear. Where's it gone? No more going, whee, for me. Oh no, it's gone. Yeah, so let's go down this way instead. We'll hop down here. We'll drop into that water there. And we'll go here and we'll see, look. Ooh, this is different. This is different. It's lots and lots of end rods and water. And if we go in the water, we can sink by holding the crouch button because it's the aquatic update. And that means we can swim in the water. If we get to, hang on, this level here and poke our head out, we can drop down here. So you can see that I've gone around the edges of up here and I've put wooden planks. No, I keep calling them planks. Bark. All the way around the edges with fences on to make it a little bit safer up here. And I've done this water tower going up to the top, which is now in the centre. And you'll also notice there's wood around here because it goes downstairs. Now, I can go downstairs going through here like we just did. If I float down to the bottom, we'll eventually get to the very bottom. Am I even moving? No, I'm not pressing crouch. I wondered why I wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, so we get to the bottom here. And if we look down here, we can see I've made a lovely wooden staircase out of all the new wood I've got. I really like it. I think it looks good. So what I was saying earlier is about getting the horses into one of these chunks because things don't seem to disappear when they're within a chunk. Like minecarts, you see that one whizzing about all over there? Doesn't matter how often I log into the game or log out of it, again, it never disappears. And the one in my pumpkin and melon farm never disappear either. If minecarts are constantly moving like that one there, and they're going across a chunk boundary, which is like this, that's one chunk and that's the next chunk. If I had a minecart going backwards and forwards across there, eventually it would just disappear. And I don't know whether it's because it's getting unloaded when it's at the chunk boundary or what's going on, but they seem to disappear. And I think that's maybe what's happening with the animals as well. I'm not 100% sure, I haven't done any testing on that, but I think if I was to get those horses and put them into one of these chunks, somehow, if I was somehow able to get them down here, yeah, we might be able to save them. But the problem is getting them down here, I think. Oh, and there's another bit I've done as well off camera that I forgot to tell you about, and it's this. It's another one of my buildings along here. Do you remember the one that had my villagers in? So a similar sort of thing going on here. We've got this nice water stream in the middle, and if we go up to the top like this, we've got a room full of chests, hurrah, which have nothing in it. I haven't filled them with anything yet, but it's going to be for extra storage for while we're down here, because while we're down here we do a lot of mining, we get a lot of gravel and sand and stone and andesite and all those sorts of things, so these chests will eventually fill up with all that rubbish. Today we're going to do another chunk thing. Hurrah! Yay, FoxyNoTail. I really like it when you do those. Whoa. It's for my last item over there, which, as you can see, is a beacon that we got from fighting the Wither. And I say it was me and Jack did that. It was our first Wither fight. And I'm going to be making a nether chunk over here. So it's going to involve lots of lava and lots of netherrack and nether brick. I'm going to make a fortress. It would be nice if I could get some blazes in there and try and trap those, but I don't see that happening, to be 100% honest. But we're going to need lots of glowstone and soul sand and things like that. So I'm going to go gather all those resources and we'll start working on it. So let's just see, before we do that, what we've got actually in our nether box, because I've got some bits. Not much. Not a great deal. Let's go smelt some netherrack and make some nether brick and things. So we've got plenty of resources to be working with. Hello and welcome to my oh, this is a good example actually. My furnace, this furnace here. Can you see my minecarts have gone? Because they keep despawning because this goes over a trunk boundary. So I'm going to change my mind. Today we're not, I repeat, not going to be building a nether chunk. We're going to be building a massive furnace array downstairs. And I know what you're thinking, but you've got a furnace room here. You forget it. Let's get rid of this. We're going to turn this into just a small furnace room, and we're going to have an amazing furnace room downstairs. And I'm going to do it with maybe either 32 or 64 furnaces that will all activate at once. And it's going to be absolutely epic, and it's going to be amazing. And it's going to smelt everything in 10 seconds flat. Yeah, let's do that. Well, that's good. We've got a lot of stuff back from that, including 45 hoppers. And look, nearly 6 or 5.5 stacks of coal blocks. Okay, so I just had a little sleep to get rid of the rain, and I remembered in my room that I've got a nether box that's got lots of nether stuff in it. But having said that, I'm still going to work on the furnace thing because I want a cool furnace machine. So I've been sorting out my inventory, I've been sorting out all the bits and bobs we found downstairs, and I've been sorting the coal out. Now I haven't taken anything out of these furnaces yet, but look at this. I've got nearly 9 full stacks of coal blocks. I do have 9 full stacks of coal ore, and I've got a little bit of actual coal. So I really don't think we're going to be short of coal. So that's not an issue. Also in here, I've got over a stack of furnaces, and I've got over a stack of furnaces in my redstone box as well. So I think we've got plenty of stuff to make this thing happen. So we just need to go pick and decide where we're going to actually do it now, which I think I've got an idea, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's go have a look together and see what we think. This is the level that all my farms and stuff are on, but it's not really a farm. It's more of like a tool than a farm. Having said that, I don't know. I don't really want to put it on this level because it's not farmy. So I think maybe on the bottom level. Now we've got, obviously this side of things is for our museum bits, and that might want to carry on around there in the future. So maybe we can build it next to the mob farm. Now the mob farm, I actually want to move. And that sounds like a horrible, annoying waste of time, but it's one chunk too far forward. I want the whole thing back in this chunk so it's in the right place, because it's just sticking out completely randomly in the wrong place. So I might do that first and then work on the furnace array and put the furnace array next to it here. There we go. That should be it, completely done. And I've actually managed to squeeze in an entire new layer in there as well, just because there was, well, I did it with a bit more room. So I'm just going to hop up in front of it now and make sure this thing's actually working. I might not necessarily get any mobs in it just yet, but I just want to make sure the water is activated on all the levels. So we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spawning levels on there, and I can hear mobs, but they're actually above. I've got mobs spawning above, and I did actually have one little creeper accident up there as well, which isn't very good. But it looks like they've all turned off, which is good, and they should all turn back on again in a minute. While I was doing that quick time lapse, a Homicidal Tango did message me and asked if he could drop me off some stuff. And it looks like he's another Star Wars character today. Here he is, looking my castle. What have you got for me, Mr. Tango? Oh, we got another chest. Is this from him? More Elytra. And some music discs. I assume that's from him. This is awesome. I like getting presents. Thank you very much. Oh, and some boots. What? 2 sets of Elytra? No way. That's awesome. He said he's been raiding in the end, so he's got me some presents. That's all. Look at that. Feather Falling 4, Depth Strider 3, Unbreaking 3, Mending 1. They've both got... Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. That is seriously awesome. But, right, before I do anything else, I'm going to go hide these quick in a secret location that nobody will know about. Let's put the music discs in there with all the other ones. Can you only get these 2 music discs in this game? I've got 4 13s and 4 cats. Is it broken? Is there a problem? Do they not have any other versions of it? Right, where's my toolbox? Wow, look at this. I've got loads of Elytra now. This is amazing. And some really fancy boots. Are they better than what I've got on? Yes, they are. Swap them for what I've got on. Thank you. Okay, so I guess it's time to finally start building this furnace array then. Right, I'm going to try and do this as simply as possible. We're not going to go too crazy with it, but we're basically going to do a little bit what I've got in my testing world. So let's have a look in my testing world. So you may have seen a recent video of mine, which was this kelp farm, which was a crazy, insane kelp farm. But the mainly thing that was crazy about it was the furnace array. And as you can see, we've got 6 on that side, 6 on that side, so that's 12. plus 8 on that side and 8 on that side, that's 16. So altogether is 28 furnaces that all link up together and they all smelt. But that means you need a lot of hoppers, you need a lot of minecarts. The minecarts have to be separated so they don't pick up from each other. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration. So I'm thinking of having maybe like this, but 2 of them. So one at the top and one at the bottom, and having it all linked. So we would get something like 56 furnaces altogether, which is quite a lot. It'd be cool if I could do the full stack, a full stack of furnaces. But there's things to take into consideration where you can't join them together. Well, you can join them together. It just makes getting fuel and items to it tricky. Right, if we have something like that, that's 24 furnaces on one level, and then we can maybe get another 2 levels of furnaces altogether. It'll be millions of hoppers, but that's just going to be so powerful. But the problem is, in order to fill these quickly and efficiently, what we need to do is we need to have minecarts going round filling these hoppers up, rather than, or minecarts with chests or minecarts with hoppers, it doesn't really matter which, instead of using just another hopper line to fill them all up above it. And the reason for that is if you put a hopper line above this that feeds into these ones, it's only going to fill one furnace up at once, and then the hopper, then the next furnace, and then the next one. So it's going to take forever to fill up. If you use a hopper minecart, it will go round and fill them all up at the same time. But we'll probably have to have a gap in the middle and have one minecart doing that side and one minecart doing that side. Otherwise, it might not have enough items to fill up the whole lot. The problem is, if we have a minecart track on here and a minecart track on there, the hopper minecart here actually picks things up out of these hoppers and out of that hopper minecart. So we have to have another row of hoppers coming out along here and actually have the minecart running around there. Which, as you can see, means we've got 1, 2, 3 hoppers per furnace, plus the corners, which means that for 24 furnaces, that's 96 hoppers altogether, which is a lot. That's a lot of hoppers. So what if we get rid of our furnaces at the back of the room and do this as a split system where the hopper, we've got 2 lots of hopper minecarts coming from the centre filling up from there. I think that's going to be better for us, to be honest. So there we've got 16 furnaces, that's one level, and we've got a lot of hoppers going into that. We've got an output chest, I'm leaving this one here just because it's got stuff in it. We've got an output chest there that's coming to from the hoppers, and we've got hoppers above that's going to feed in the products, and we've got hoppers behind that's going to feed in the coal. We need to have somewhere where we're actually going to put a coal chest to put the coal in, and we need somewhere where we're going to actually put the products in as well. Okay, I'm going to give you a bit of an update because I've run out of iron because I've used too many hoppers. And we've only got 32 furnaces at the minute. This is ridiculous. So let's just hop down and have a look at what we're doing. Whee! We've got a line of 8 hoppers on each side at the top and the bottom, and above each set of hoppers we've got minecart tracks running around. We've got hoppers at the front, we've got hoppers at the back, we've got hoppers at the side, we've got hoppers underneath, all leading round. Looking in my magical cupboard, have I got iron? Yeah, I've got loads of iron. Phew. I keep wasting iron making stupid things. I wish the buttons wouldn't move. I've made a load of buckets I don't want. I've got millions of buckets. Right, hopefully then, if we get something to actually put in these furnaces, we should see that they all get filled up the same. 3 stacks of netherrack in there, and see where they go. No, I'm not. It won't let me. Go on. Off you go. Well, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is that the netherrack has been equally spread throughout all the 4 hopper minecarts. The bad news is it hasn't made it to the end one on any of them, which means that it's too finely spread, which is no good. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board on this. Okay, I've come up with a system which is a hopper minecart unloader, which basically we can do what we wanted to do before, but with hopefully just one minecart. This system only allowed the hopper minecart to move when it was completely full, which meant that, like then, if there wasn't enough stuff in the chest to fill it, you could have a nearly full hopper minecart, which wasn't going to go round and do anything. This one will actually work when the hopper minecart is completely full, and when the chest is completely empty. So you'll see when this fills up to the top, the hopper minecart will go like so. That will release the hopper minecart, and then if we've only got a couple of stacks in there, so we can't fill a whole hopper minecart. We're only going to get those in there, but when that chest's empty, the same thing will happen. It will go. Yay, I've done it. I've done it. It goes this way first, then it goes down the hill, then it goes to that one, then it comes round and it goes to that one. Then it comes back up the hill, quick move out of the way, then it'll go all the way round to that one, and then it'll come back and it'll go to the chest up there, look. There we go. Perfect. Now we've got to do the coal. But I've run out of time for today, so I'm going to catch up with this later on. I'll see you guys in a bit. Well, here we are. It's another day. I've just woken up. You could probably tell by the sound of my voice. It sounds a little bit different. Yeah, I'm going to carry on working on this. I'm going to just have a little bit of me time with it and try to come up with the best thing I can. And then I'm going to go into Creative World and see if I can make an even better one, because this is taking up a lot of room for only 32 furnaces, and I reckon we can compact it. But I quite like the design. I think it's quite unique and quite funky. So I know it's not the most compact and most efficient design you could ever come up with, but I really like it. So I'm going to keep working on it, and I'll be back with you shortly when I've made some progress. Okay, so back in my ideas world, I've come up with this, which is based on the same thing, but it's a bit more messy, but it should work. It should work. I've not tested it yet. So basically what I've got is I've got a chest down here that has our netherrack in it, and these little shulker boxes here are all full of netherrack, and they're filling that up, and this one here is full of coal, and that should fill that up. So a hopper minecart will sit down underneath here, it'll whiz round, it'll go over this bridge here, round this first platform, it'll get to here, it'll go up this hill, it'll go round that platform, and then it'll go back round again. Because the hopper minecart's completely full, it will fill all of the furnaces before it runs out of stuff, because it only drops one item in each furnace. The coal one does exactly the same thing. It comes around the outside, goes up to this, goes over this hill, goes around the outside, and goes back again. I haven't tested it. It might not work. I'm hoping it will. We need a couple of more hopper minecarts. Let's find a hopper minecart. There we go. Let's have a couple of these, and let's see if we can do it then. So I'm going to put this one down here somewhere. I can't get in. It needs to go on that detector rail there, like that, and that will start taking items out of that hopper. And let's pop one down on this detector rail here, and that will start taking the coal out of that. And when they're both full, they should set off. So we should see the coal chest going out to the right and the netherrack chest going out to the left, and then we should hopefully see all the furnaces turn on. There goes the netherrack chest, off it goes, and we can see those furnaces are turning on. There might be a couple of furnaces that don't turn on because I might have dropped items in there. The coal chest going around as well, look, and that's depositing the coal. So this chest, this one here didn't get turned on because there's a bit of rail stuck in there, but other than that, that's okay. Ah, and we have a problem. Our first problem, the track design's not very good. Oh dear. Right, I need to fix that then. But you can see it's been round and it's deposited lots and lots of things. It's all cooking away, and in our chest at the front here, we should be getting quite a lot of stuff through, which is, yeah, we've already got a stack already. So it's pretty fast. This was completely empty. Right, this should solve the problem, but I'm a little bit concerned that the items are going to take items out of each other. If the hopper minecarts go past each other at the same time, it's not impossible that they'll take items out of each other, because I have had that happen before. Hopefully that won't happen. So that hopper minecart's going to go round, it's going to go back. Hopefully this time it won't get stuck. Nope, there's nowhere for it to get stuck, so it'll go back and recharge. This one's back over here. Oh, it's not quite made it up the hill, so we need some more power rails down here just to give that a last sort of final boost. Right, one thing worth noting is that some of these furnaces don't have netherrack in, so the minecart's obviously not keeping up with the actual supply. See, that one's run out of netherrack, so it's not actually smelting anything now, so it's not as efficient as it could be, which means that we probably really need to be using 2 minecarts per thing here. Look, they're all turning off and turning on again. So there's not a massive delay, but there is enough of a delay to reduce the inefficiency. But look how much we've got already. It's crazy, and I've already took this out. We've got all that, nearly 9 stacks already, and I've only been doing this a couple of minutes. So it is fast, but it could be faster. So let's do it again. Okay, so I've come up with this sort of dual hopper minecart unloader system that works from one single chest, so you only need to fill one chest up. So if we put a load of netherrack into here, then that will start loading into 2 of the minecart hoppers. If we just put one there for now, you'll see they are going in. Now that's loaded into there. As soon as that one's full, only that one will go. Any second now. Yeah, so just that side goes. So, but we can have 2 there. We can have one there and we can have one there. And if we put all of that back in there, which we can't do because it won't let us while it's unloading, but they would both go either at the same time once they're both full, or one at a time, or when the chest's empty like normal. So that system, we can have 2 hopper minecarts going around from the same place, but it takes up a lot of room. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4 deep. Wow. Where's it going to fit? So if you look behind me, you can see that I've been doing a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of testing with this furnace idea, and I think I've come up with something that is amazing. It costs nothing and it should work really well, but I haven't tested it yet. But let's just go through what I was going through. Basically, this is pretty much where we started off, and it was a pain in the butt, so I tried to do it like this, and it was just too many hoppers and too much minecart stuff, so I went back to the drawing board and I started this, which kind of works, but I just couldn't come up with a decent loading system for the minecarts. I tried doubling it up to see if it worked even better. I went back to the drawing board and just had the minecarts going around in the square. I tried all sorts of things, and then it occurred to me that we can actually push chests and furnaces. So I thought, well, what if we put in a load of, let's get some netherrack, and let's grab a load of coal as well. What if we put a load of netherrack inside of one of these chests? That's going to start filtering in through this hopper into this furnace here. But if I just turn that lever off a second and break that redstone and then put it on again very quickly, I can create a redstone clock, which gives us a piston feed tape, which basically moves that chest round, and then all of the chests will start filling up as it goes past it, which is great. You can have loads of chests, loads of hoppers, loads of furnaces. You still need a pickup system, which means loads of hoppers, and you need another piston feed tape for your hoppers to actually fill the coal in as well, which gets difficult because you're going to need 3 rows of hoppers, as I discovered while I was building this, or 2 rows of hoppers in order to get your chest far enough away that your redstone doesn't link up. So that was kind of a good idea, but then I thought, well, what if we just moved the furnaces? So I got this design, which is very simple. It's just 44 furnaces, a few hoppers. These have got netherrack in, these have got coal in. I've put some levers on here just to stop it filling up while we're working on it. A tiny bit of redstone, 4 repeaters and 4 pistons. That's it. No hoppers, no nothing else. So let's just, before we put any products in here, let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of these ones, and then we can unlock these hoppers. Let's get rid of those and get rid of those, and let's get it down to the bare essentials. This is all it is. That's all it is. Let's start this piston feed tape and see what happens. So all we've got to do is break that redstone line there, and you can see the furnaces move round. Now, as the furnaces move, they will continue to cook whatever's in them, even though they're moving. So let's put some coal in. Let's put some coal on these bottom 2 hoppers here, and we should hopefully be able to see as the furnaces go past, whoops, that they start getting coal in. So they've now got coal going in them as they're moving, which is great. So as they go round and round and round, they'll get more and more coal in. They're going to fill up with coal. So let's put some netherrack in there now. What you'll see is the furnaces, most of them are facing the wrong way round, which is a bit of a nightmare. So now we can see the furnaces that are going past. They should all still be filling up with coal, which they are. Right, let's put our netherrack shulker boxes on those hoppers, and we'll see that the furnaces start to come on one at a time. So they're not starting up quite as quickly as they are if you run a minecart hopper across, but all those furnaces are just going to smelt as they go round the system, and as they get back to the end, they'll drop off whatever they had in the hoppers, which is great. We need to make sure that it's actually going to be dropping off quickly enough. We might need to add a few more hoppers depending on how many items have actually smelted by the time it gets there. But if we look inside this one here, we've got 2 bricks there already. Alright, we've got nothing in the chest yet, but by the time it gets there we should have. So there we go. We can now see that we're starting to fill up the items into our chest. They're coming through nice and quickly. They're popping through, and these ones have got nothing in as they're going back round again. They're ready to start smelting again, and those items are coming through nice and quick. So it's probably not quite as fast as, let's say, this system here or that system there that we did over there, but it's cost us nothing. It's cost us 6 hoppers, 4 repeaters, 4 pistons, and a bit of redstone. That's nothing compared to how expensive those things were, and we can layer this up. Okay, after a little bit more fiddling about, I've got this, which is now 3 tiers high. Each tier has 41 furnaces, making it 123 furnaces in total. And I've got a bit of a better clock system going on now. It's a little bit more reliable. So let's just run it before we put anything in it, and let's just see what happens when we run it. You can see all 3 rows all move round, and we're not spitting out any furnaces at the sides. They're all going round nicely. They're all going round in a uniform fashion. So let's turn that off. So I've got the output chest here, which I've just managed to get a load of coal in. I've got an input chest here, which is for the netherrack, which will fill up in a minute, and this one's for the coal. So if we put some coal in here, it's probably likely to go down and fill up from the bottom first, which is a bit of a shame. It's not really what we wanted. Something like this could work to get the items all the way to the top and fill the hoppers up on each row, but then we still need some sort of minecart hopper loading system. Well, we can't use a hopper minecart. We're going to have to use a chest minecart, because if we use a hopper minecart, it's going to it's going to suck the items out the bottom of the furnaces, which we don't want it to do. We want it to only drop items into the furnaces. Well, it's not much to look at, but it should be a little bit more effective. So basically all I've done now is each individual row has its own input chest and its own fuel chest, and the output chest still comes to the same place. So what we can do is we can fill these chests up with the netherrack, and we can fill these chests up with the coal, and we can let it go. Or we can come around the other side and we can use some shulker boxes and basically do it a little bit of a cheaty way so we can fill it up nice and quickly. So let's just fill those up. So these are all the coal chests. Let's pop those in there, and then we'll grab a load of the red shulker boxes, which is full of netherrack. Put them in the right place would help. So they should all start pouring into these hoppers. You can see they're going in. So hopefully when I flick the machine on, it should actually start going. On your marks, get set, go. Let's go on the inside and see if we can see some furnaces actually starting to light now. Right, we're definitely moving now, and you can see they're all starting to actually light, which is much better. What about the output chest? Are we actually producing anything? That's what we got last time. Let's get rid of that. Let's wait for them to start coming through and see what we get. Strangely, I think there's a bit of a bug at the minute. Every time I look in this chest, the stuff moves around. I keep putting it back up to the top. Watch this, I'll come out of it. I go in there. Oh, no, I'll go in the chest, and it's all moved again. How weird is that? It's really weird how the chests are messing around. Well, we're getting quite a lot through pretty quickly, to be honest. Let's see if we've got any backing up in the hoppers. I doubt we will. It should be coming through fast. Whoa, we are. Yeah, we're getting... It's actually coming through quicker than the hoppers can handle, which is good news. Right, I've added 4 lots of hoppers in the middle now, and I actually just noticed that I wasn't actually taking any of the items out from these bottom chests either. So all of that, the fact that we're overflowing, we're only working from 2 rows of this thing. So now we've got all 3 working together. We should get a ridiculous amount coming out of this. Whoa! Oh, it's only been a minute. Right, I'm going to turn it off, collect whatever's in there, and then I'm gonna come back to you, and we're going to work out how much we're getting from this, because this is insane. Right then, I've completely emptied it. There's nothing in any of the input chests, there's nothing in any of the coal chests, there's nothing in the output chests, there's nothing in any of the furnaces. It's all completely 100% empty. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around and I'm going to put shulker boxes full of coal on all of the coal hoppers. I'm going to put shulker boxes full of netherrack on all of the fuel hoppers. No, not fuel hoppers, the other ones. The item hoppers. And then I'm going to turn it on and leave it for 5 minutes and see how much stuff we get. But I reckon it's going to be a little bit insane. So yeah, that's already going into those ones there. That'll start moving as we turn it on. On your marks. Get set. Go. Oops. I'm a minute late. Oh dear. Right. Let's turn it off quick. Quick. It's had 6 minutes. It's had 6 minutes. How's it done after 6 minutes? Let's have a look. Okay. So, half a double chest. And let's have a look in the hoppers. The hoppers are... Wow, that one's backed up for some reason. I'm not sure why that one keeps backing up. That's interesting. That one, that side is, but that side's not. I guess because it's going that way round, it's coming to that one first. Maybe that's the reason. Whoa, and that one's massively backed up as well. Why are those in there? Why is it backing up at that point? That should just come straight down and into there. But that's insane that that's backed up and that's backed up. I'm going to wait for everything to finish getting out of this, and then I'm going to count it all up and see what we've got. Okay, so there's more than a double chest in 6 minutes, which is absolutely ridiculous. There was some redstone issue where it was blocking one of the hoppers. But yeah, now that that's out of the way, everything's come through. It's still pouring through. I think it's finished now, yeah. So it's just over an entire double chest after 6 minutes of running this. And don't forget that things will still actually be smelting away in the furnaces as well. And most of them won't be going. Look, there's tons of stuff in all of these furnaces. If we just took all of the items out and let it spin round and finish off, there'll be tons more in there. I reckon there's probably a couple of double chests worth if we added all that up. Look, there's 10 in there, 11 in there, 10 in there. There's tons more. If we've got 123 furnaces altogether, and they've all got around about 10 or 11 pieces in, that's another 21 stacks, which is nearly another single chest. Wow. So 3 single chests in 6 minutes. So that's a single chest every 2 minutes and that's netherrack into nether brick. So depending on what you're smelting, obviously some things will smelt quicker and some things will take longer. Job done then. Let's build this on my world, I guess. But probably not in today's video because I've spent too long doing this. So I'm going to go back to my world. I'm going to finish the video, I think, because yeah, we know we can build it, but oh, man, it's yeah, I can't today. No, not today.